language, like without translation, or what's better, or with translation in your mother tongue?
That's tough. It really, the thing is that direct translations can be confusing, but we would. You wouldn't.
Yes, sure.
But we would. Can you imagine? I mean, but however, there's a lot of, I've met Saudis that knew English. How are you today?
Good, thank you. What about you?
I am trying to turn off my radio on my computer. Hold on a second. Sorry. I'm doing well, thank you.
Nice.
My name is Jennifer. I'm from the United States. Where are you from?
Nice to meet you, Jennifer. My name is Gulmira. I am from Kyrgyzstan, living in small town, Osh.
Oh, I've never talked to anybody from there.
Really? So it's
No.
really good place.
It looks beautiful. I'm looking at pictures. Tell me. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Is this it?
Yes. We have a really beautiful nature. Lakes, mountains.
Oh, you're on the border. You're close to China. You're between Russia and China. Kyrgyzstan.
Yes. Yes, we are really close to China.
Wow. Do you live in the mountain?
Yes. So I'm living in the south of this country.
Are you closer to China or here?
Yes, we can say we are close. Yes.
Oh, that's cool. Now, what do you do? What's your job?
For now, I'm just at home. I have little child. He's 7 months, and I'm looking after him.
Oh, you have a baby.
Yes, a baby.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. What about you? What do you do?
I work here. I also am a substitute teacher. So basically, when the teacher gets sick, I take their job and make sure kids do their work until they come back, and then the teacher has their class again.
Oh, nice. So are you replacing someone now?
I'm always replacing. Well, not right now because it's Christmas, so we have 2 weeks off. But I'm always replacing somebody.
Oh, that's your job. Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not a bad thing. They get their job back. I just make sure their kids are doing work. Yeah.
Nice. So do you like your job?
Yes, I do. I do like my job a lot. It doesn't pay a lot, and sometimes I have to work extra, but sometimes it's worth it because I like it. To see the kids. Now, it's hard. Middle school is hard because they're little children turning into big kids, and you hear them say things that you wish they didn't know anything about yet. But because they're in middle school, it's part of the whole process. So sometimes it's harder than others.
Yes, I think. I also am studying English language, and in the future I want to teach English. And
your accent's good, though.
Please, one more time, can you?
Your accent is good.
Well done.
No, hold on. Here.
My connection is slow. Yes, we have some problems.
Your accent is good.
Thank you. I'm self-learner, so that's why I have a lot of problems with my pronunciation.
No, you're well. If you're teaching yourself, you're doing a good job.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine there's a lot of English speak. Well, I don't know. Are there any? Do you see any English, like Americans or British? Is there a lot of people in your country that speak English?
I think yes, it's getting more and more. We have a lot of language courses, and nowadays people they want to learn English, and that's like obvious issue for them to learn English.
It's the international language. I mean, it's not because it's the greatest language. It's just a lot easier than learning French or Russian.
Yes.
French, Russian, they're all complicated.
I didn't try to learn French, but Russian is our second language, and we don't have like difficulties, problems with that.
Oh, you don't, but we would. You wouldn't.
Yes, sure.
But we would. Can you imagine? I mean, but however, there's a lot of, I've met Saudis that knew English and Russian because they did business with both Americans and Russians. So it's not uncommon. But I mean, even, when you talk to people from Saudi Arabia, this isn't like a whose language is better type of situation. It's what language would be easier. So it seems like everybody wants to learn English anyway, but it's not a competition. There's no competition in being practical, in my opinion. It's doing your job. I mean,
yes.
So if you see, so if you see a lot of people who want to learn English, you can't sit there and say, well, how about Russian? You just have to go with it.
Yes, I agree with you, yeah. Can I ask one question?
Yeah.
About, because you are teaching a lot, yes, and I think that every day you meet new people like us. And
not as many Russians and I'm not calling you a Russian. I'm just saying people who speak Russian. I don't meet as many. I don't meet as many as other people might meet. My students usually range from China, Saudi Arabia, and Brazil.
Good. Uh-huh. So I wanted to ask, is it better to learn in direct way, like a new language, like without translation, or what's better, or with translation in your mother tongue?
That's tough. It really, the thing is that direct translations can be kind of wonky, especially with colloquials. So it might be best to be open-minded enough to learn in other ways, because you still have to learn phrasal verbs. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna send you what is it? It's Ingu vocab. You have to learn phrasal verbs and idioms, because all English speakers use these. Like get up, wipe off, clean up. I don't know if they're good direct translations from your language, because I don't know if especially Russian, can translate things well. Like, and if we had 30 minutes, we could sit there and play with that. But we don't have 30 minutes. So here's some examples of phrasal verbs that you can learn that we use all the time. Okay, like for example, look up. information in a book. So if I say look up, how does that translate into Russian?
Direct translation is like just look up.
Exactly. And that's where that translation is wrong, because this look up means to find a piece of information in a book. And you have to learn phrasal verbs, because